Rolling. Action.
Since the dawn of digital filmmaking,
Authoritative.
One show serves a worldwide network of media professionals,
Current.
uniting industry experts,
Production.
filmmakers,
Post-production.
and content creators around the planet.
Distribution.
From the media capital of the world in Los Angeles, California, the Digital Production Buzz goes live now.
And welcome to the Digital Production Buzz, the world's longest-running podcast for creative content producers covering media production, post-production, marketing, and distribution around the world. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan, and joining us as ever, our co-host, Mr. Mike Horton.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Larry.
Good to have you with us. We've got a great group of guests tonight, starting with James Gardner. He's the Cinetech geek. He helps theaters transition from film to digital projection. His 30 years in the industry have focused on software development for digital cinema and content preparation. He joins us this week to discuss the recent CinemaCon conference and trends in digital cinema. James, I want to contrast something. NAB is a trade show which really focuses on the creation of content. How would you differentiate NAB with, which most of us in the audience know, with CinemaCon, who most of us have not heard of? What's the difference between the two shows?
Well, CinemaCon is specifically aimed at what I'd call exhibitors, the side of the business which shows movies to the public in the big theatres. And that CinemaCon is focused on them and how they do their business and their needs. How does, there's lots of presentations there about how to market your cinema. There's popcorn manufacturers, lots of seat manufacturers. All the things you would need to make a really nice cinema are there. And as you could expect, the transition to digital, that's where it was focused. And that's where I was focusing. It's a very niche market, and it's one of the reasons I focused on it, because there's no one else in the world really doing my sort of content. It's so niche, but I thought it was very much needed because we all love cinema, and that's where we see these images, like we talk about Star Wars coming up, etc. And it's really bringing home to everyone that, like for me, Star Wars was I was a kid, I was like 9 or 8 or something when I saw it. And that's what made me fall in love with cinema to a degree, was that story on the screen that changed the way I thought about my life and what's going forward.
Jess Hartman is the CEO of Promax, which has developed a series of products that enable backup and archive of valuable media assets. This week, he discusses techniques that we can use to safely protect our precious media assets long into the future. One of the challenges that all media folks have is protecting their assets for the long term. Not something that we just need for day-to-day, but what we call archiving. Why can't we simply store our media on a hard disk?
Yeah.
Well, some of you can, and for some of it works out, but then there's other people that try to spin those hard drives up and find out they don't work anymore, or find out that after they stored their projects on them and they haven't backed them up, that there's corruption and you can't get the data back. And so what happens.
I got a story for you, because I tried that 2 nights ago on a project I needed to bring back onto my computer. It was stored on a hard drive that was left on my shelf for 2 years. I can't get into it. I can't do anything. I finally was told by somebody to put it into a refrigerator. No, seriously. I put it into my refrigerator, left it in there for 8 minutes, took it out, and it worked again. But that's luck.
Those are frozen assets, guys.
That's frozen assets.
And Justin Thompson is an actor and filmmaker with over 20 years of acting and producing experience. However, until this year, he's never attended NAB, and Mike, he's never attended the Supermeet.
Oh my gosh.
So he joins us in studio this week to share his reactions and insight on these two key industry events and what they mean to young filmmakers. As you look at NAB and think of the toys and tools that you saw there, how would what you saw change your life as a filmmaker? What's going to change your creative vision?
Big question.
Well, I just realized that there are more tools in which I can capture images at a more cost-effective way than ever before. I think, I think when you look at Brain Farm, who we talked about, they make some incredible content. Yeah. But part of what allowed them to achieve it is they said, well, you know what? Let's take a Cineflex system, which is normally just put on a helicopter, and we're going to put it onto a truck, and we're going to put a Phantom into it, and we're going to be able to capture images in ways that we didn't do it. I think, that kind of technology they're a great example. It's completely changed the way that they approach filmmaking, and they've made it into something really special.
Tonight's Digital Production Buzz is brought to you by Shutterstock and Otherworld Computing. This is Larry Jordan, and these are highlights of the April 30th, 2015 Digital Production Buzz.